Well, it is on all of us to save our streets, and with so many people trying today, Philadelphia police and a fraternity taught teens not only how to de-escalate confrontations, they were also literally taught how to stop bleeding and save a life.
Our Dave Kinchin was there and has the story.
The lessons are sobering. Young people learning how to stop the bleeding if they or someone they know gets shot. The young people you're about to meet, well, they say it's just part of the reality they live every day on the streets of Philadelphia.
So the first thing I want you to do is apply pressure.
Dozens of teens learning the best way to survive and keep a loved one alive, seconds after being shot while first responders race to the scene. The lessons are personal for many at this Ben Franklin High School day camp, including 19-year-old Kingsley Prince.
I have a friend that died when I was younger. So gun violence has touched me personally, and I hope it can change so it don't affect no one else. And this here today can help it.
Twist it, make it tight.
About 50 teens attended the camp organized by members of the Phi Beta Sigma fraternity who teamed up with Philadelphia police to give young people the skills they need to survive acts of gun violence, with the city recently surpassing 300 homicide victims so far this year.
Me being younger, I would never thought that the world would come to this, like me having to learn how to save my little siblings because, you know, they're younger, and I would never think that they would involve younger people in the violence that is happening today.
Organizers say they started planning this event around the time of the mass shooting at a school in Uvalde, Texas.
It made us really think, you know, somebody needs to do something to make sure that our children are able to not only protect themselves, but in the event that they're failed by the system, that, you know, they're still able to save each other.
All the participants will go home with the Stop the Bleed kit.
There is surgical gloves, there is masks, there's a tourniquet.
They also learned key tips and strategies to de-escalate tensions before guns are ever pulled.
We just gotta teach our future generation not to be like into the streets and into guns, not to pick up a gun the first solution. And yeah, I think we gonna have a better Philadelphia if we do that. More things like this, it will definitely do it.
The workshops also focused on building a rapport between young people and police officers, part of the city's ongoing efforts to build trust between law enforcement and communities of color. Outside Ben Franklin High School, Dave Kinchin, Fox 29 News.
Curbing youth violence was the focus of a day-long camp at Ben Franklin High School. It was hosted by Phi Beta Sigma fraternity and the Philadelphia Police Department. The youth were able to play basketball with law enforcement and learn about leading better lives. Topics included self-defense and de-escalation methods.
My hope is that at least one individual says, you know what, I want to do better.
The youth at the camp were between the ages of 12 and 18.
Well, Bruce.
Escalation training, learning how to keep a dispute from turning violent. The teens also were given Stop the Bleeding kits and also taught how to use them.
The idea was to provide them with a skill that if ever they're in a situation where someone around them is shot, if they have that kit and they remember what they're taught, they'll be able to stop the bleeding long enough in order to save a life.
Well, that's Christopher Stith. He's with the fraternity Phi Beta Sigma. He says they organized this day camp in the last 30 days, all in response to the rise in violence.
Last summer we